This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories.
And welcome to my review of Skeleton Crew, Season 1, Episode 5, titled You Have a Lot to Learn About Pirates. And before we start, I just want to say Merry Christmas. It's already close to midnight when I'm recording this, so I'm just going to schedule it for midnight so it could show up on the subscriber feed as a notification, since we'll only have 3 notifications per day. So, going into this, honestly, this was an incredible episode, probably the best one of the entire show. And in this one, Joe just completely steals the show. He is just played perfectly by his actors. His name is currently escaping me at the moment. Oh, there we go, with Jude Law. He's playing him perfectly and is honestly just incredible throughout this entire episode. This entire concept of this spa. I mean, it was interesting, and it got a little more interesting as it continued, but at the end, as he started going through the pirate base, and they made it to the end, it was just getting more and more intense as we had honestly one of the biggest surprises of this where, well, at least for now, because I feel like there's a good chance that he will have this change of heart later on, but we had the inevitable double cross from Jode, and it was honestly just incredible. I will let's just speak about the best parts first and then move on to the parts that weren't as interesting but still good. But yeah, honestly, just everything with that ending, with him betraying the kids, learning that there's an Old Republic mint on at Aten, and that's how it is such a valuable planet since it's the only place that could produce those credits. And while that is a little predictable, honestly, it was just really good to have that moment where he goes and just proves he isn't a good person and betrays them. I think there's a good chance that he'll eventually have to make a choice later on where he will side with the kids. But yeah, honestly, with this, him betraying them and fighting Fern, grabbing her just by the throat was just such a brutal scene. And honestly, the only fact that I knew that it wouldn't go to that extreme dark point is the fact that this is more family oriented. Because honestly, if this was Andor, especially consider that they said they're going to be doing a no Russian scene next season, honestly wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that. But this is Skeleton Crew, so they're not going to go that dark, to my best guess. I mean, I could always be wrong, but I highly doubt that I am. That they're going to go to that dark of a point in this far more family friendly show. Well, yeah, honestly, just the entire betrayal at the end, Wim finding the lightsaber and literally knowing nothing about it and turning it on upside down. I mean, it does make sense, and it definitely has Jodie as far more threatening character. SM-33 is also really interesting in this, where he did override that programming for his previous captain and is listening to his new captain's orders. And, well, it was initially Fern, but now it is Judd. So, honestly, I'm really interested to see where it goes with that and what the kids are going to have to do to try and get back to their home world, since there really is no way for them to do it since they can't really pilot the ship there and they don't have the coordinates since Joe does. And with him controlling SM-33 as the captain, there is really no way for them to do it. I'm assuming they probably will go to Kim and ask her for help, since they did set it up earlier, but yeah, honestly, I'm excited. I also wonder what we're going to learn about the captain who was initially going to at since they didn't show his hologram fully, and maybe there's a chance he did survive the crash. I heard someone was talking about this that it could be interesting if he is actually the overseer and took it over. So he is now in control of at sort of as a dictator, but that would imply that it was a pretty recent thing. And it seems like the ship was buried for a while. But yeah, just honestly, just continuing through this. The entire storyline at the beginning was interesting to see and have them explain just why all this stuff is happening, the backstory about the captain, and ultimately everything in it. And now moving to what is the weakest part. It's not bad, it's just weak compared to the really strong. I forgot to mention the opening. That is not a weak part. The opening was really intense as the parents are deciding to do all they can to contact the outside galaxy because they know the supervisor isn't going to be helping them. And I'm really excited to see this mystery develop more and more. But now going to is that it's the weakest but still really solid part of the episode. The entire thing in the spa where Jode is basically trying to con his way through and it eventually falls apart when they say he is from Scipio, meaning that he would be a moon. Well, technically, he doesn't have to be a moon, but I think he realized that, and they're trying to trip him up, so he probably could have called their bluff, but he didn't, and he just decided to run because generally Munes are from either Scipio or Munilist, but those are really the only two planets they'll be on, and they'll make up most of it. So that's honestly interesting, and honestly, I just really love that this chase continues. But just the turning in the spot was honestly a lot of fun. And then we get to just a really interesting thing towards the end of it, this section, not the episode, but where they run into this creature and they all assume it's some scary creature trying to attack them. But it's actually just a pretty friendly and like chill guy who just decides to help them out if they just, be friends with him. And honestly, I think that was a really nice twist as they all go down to save them, and it's ultimately really nothing. But yeah, the final thing I want to talk about is the very interesting thing where Jode takes the lightsaber and ignites it. And I'm honestly really interested to see if they're going to go into him with a history. I'm not sure if he will be either a former Jedi or a Padawan or maybe even a youngling that somehow survived Order 66, or if he started figuring these Force abilities out on his own. But yeah, honestly, as I said, best episode so far. I really, really enjoyed it. They did a great job with the writing. The kids are incredible actors, but it's honestly just taken away by the character of Jode in this, and Jude Law is honestly being incredible. And yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed this, and I don't know, just the end of this episode, I was thinking that I really wanted the Lego set from this now. Do you know that I actually never talked about that? I think it got revealed after I did my October video, and I just never ultimately talked about it. But honestly, I'm kind of interested in it now with just how enjoyable this episode was specifically. But considering today's Christmas, and I've already spent a good amount on Christmas presents, I probably won't pick up this set until probably later on into next year. But yeah, honestly, really, really enjoyable episode. The entire cast is amazing. I also kind of love that just there's these kind of dark, brutal scenes that are just off the screen. Like we see that one security guard getting killed, and We hear him getting impaled in the spikes, but we don't see any blood or anything, which makes sense to keep it at a lower rating so it's more family friendly. And then there's this absolute brutal scene that we just kind of hear, but we don't really see, where all the pirates are melted by acid. So, well, not all of them, but the ones that were closest. So, yeah, honestly, I just really enjoyed this. I think they did such a great job with it. I am so excited to see where they go with it next week. But yeah, honestly, do have to start getting ready for bed because, again, it is currently Christmas Eve for me now, but it's coming out on Christmas Day, so that's really all I have to say. Hopefully, I'll be able to get the recap for this one and the previous two out on Saturday, but we'll see with how much time I have with the holiday stuff going on. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories.
Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.